All right, so we should be live right now, but before we kind of get this thing underway, is there anything that you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out?
Not really, man. Just shout out to Tallahassee and people
Yeah,
there.
yeah, the greatest city in Florida for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyways, man, let's get right into this interview. So, I guess honestly, like, it feels kind of weird. Like, I haven't done an interview in like at least like a few days, at least like 5 days. Like, it feels a little weird. So, I guess I might be a little off my game. Have to get back into my groove a little bit. But I guess you said shout out Tallahassee. I don't really care about what it's like living there and everything. But I guess what I kind of want to know is when you leave Tallahassee and go like anywhere else in Florida or in the country, does it feel like, super different from where you live?
Yeah, it's really different because like I said, Tallahassee's a small city, so going out and seeing all these skyscrapers and big buildings is really irregular to be.
Yeah. And is there a favorite place like that I guess you say like you've gone to before, like on a basketball trip or something like that?
I'll say Atlanta. I like Atlanta a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I think that city's pretty cool too. Have you gone like before Corona or only I guess recently because of all the AAU games?
Yeah, recently we had two tournaments back to back.
Yeah, yeah. I just remember. I don't know if you could touch on this, but that game against whatever Norcross Elite or whatever that looked. Can you kind of talk about that game a little bit with the? It seemed a little bit intense when it wasn't. I heard it was a blowout, but that clip was kind of funny of the kid and everything. So describe to me like the atmosphere of that game.
It was really high atmosphere. It kind of turned into like a Florida versus Georgia thing. So I think that's why it was so intense. But yeah, the kid, he's in ninth grade. He's pretty good too. But he was talking a lot. He was backing it up too though. But it was a fun game. I didn't get to play because I got hurt, but it was a fun game to watch.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know the game, but like I guess you would say you have respect for him, even though like he's being a little annoying, like what wasn't like he wasn't backing up his talk. So would you say it's more of a respect kind of thing, not like oh the kid's annoying?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a respect, and he definitely backed up all the talk.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's kind of what they say about Amani Bates too. However, like Dylan Mitchell kind of locked him up, but yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you think about that? The whole like Amani, I guess he's getting like a lot of hate now. What do you think about the whole like Amani scenario kind of thing?
I think they both two good players. Dylan's from Florida. Well, Monty, he's still a high major player, whatever the case may be. He's still number one in the nation. So it
Yeah,
is what.
like people are saying like he still might be the number one player and like may go to the NBA, but I saw like well or I think one guy said this. He said like he'll still be this great player. However, like he might not be. The people were saying he's the next best thing since LeBron James. Like that's gonna be him. Now some people are saying like oh maybe not. Maybe he'll just be like pretty good.
Yeah, I think he still be good.
Yeah. And something that something you achieved this year, which I mean I'm not surprised you got the achievement, but it's pretty cool to be able to talk to someone that achieved this. You got on the I think all Max Preps, I think third team. So I mean, talk about I earning that accomplishment.
It was cool because honestly, I didn't even think people really recognized me being at a 1A school and a small school like Crossroads. So it was really exciting.
Yeah, and you bring up being at a 1A school. That I didn't know, but yeah, I've never heard of your school before. So even though there's a lot of schools in Florida, so small chance I really have heard of it,
Yeah.
regardless of its class. But I mean 1A like that means there's probably like you're the only student at your whole school. What's it like? I guess when school is in person and going to school, like how many kids are there? Is it super small and also competing against bigger schools? Is that something a little challenging for you guys?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. We don't really have all the. We play against schools like what Florida High and Tallahassee and all these other schools. So we really just going with what we got. And at school, it's like nobody's really used to having a big time player or someone to really look up to. So it's really cool for me.
Yeah. So I guess would you say I guess this kind of season was like your big break, or I'm pretty sure it was, or was last year kind of like were you kind of like the big man on campus too?
Yeah, I'll definitely say this season because I don't really think people thought I was that good to this season.
Yeah. Do you have like I guess do you want to go back to school really bad, kind of show up and maybe see like some people kind of looking up to you and everything? Is that something you want to experience really bad?
I go every now and then just for that effect, that
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
But
Gotta get like a little ego booster sometimes,
yeah,
like a little let me just show up to campus real quick, have a couple little kids asking for pictures, and then I'll be good.
yeah, every probably like once a week after a big tournament, I go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you go like just for that purpose, kind of to see people and have them be like, oh, yo, I saw you do this, like, man, like you're so famous now. Is that kind of why you show up sometimes?
yeah, definitely. Just to, walk around, shake hands, and kiss babies, just with that effect. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I had a dream that or more like a daydream slash plan where I was in my neighborhood. Like I'm not I guess the only time I get stopped by people is if I'm at like a basketball tournament and some people may know me now. But usually I never get, stopped or anything about it. I was in my neighborhood and what originally happened was I was going biking and go by like the basketball court. There was like a kid there and I was talking to him, like he had no idea who I was or anything. I didn't tell him like, oh, I do this.
Mhm.
We were talking about someone else, but then I was like thinking I should have asked him to take a selfie with me, with him holding the phone, and send it to me. I could have shown my parents, like, yo, like, look what happened. This kid wanted a picture with me. But yeah, I wouldn't have done that, but that definitely would have been it would have been pretty smart, for sure. And I think was your first offer was that UF? I think it was, right?
My first offer was from Sanford,
Oh,
and
okay. Oh yeah, I forgot you had like a lot more. So I guess getting that first offer and even I guess your freshman year you weren't as known. Like, what was it like kind of receiving that national attention?
it was really, I would say, relieving because like everybody around me was getting offers, and I was like, am I good enough? Am I what it takes to get to the next level? But it was definitely relieving.
Yeah. And then you get that UF offer. Was that like I guess your first like really big time offer?
Yeah, yeah, UF was my
Yeah.
first.
So receiving an offer from them, I mean, just how special was that? And since it's like an in-state school where I'm sure, I mean, I know your school's small, but obviously, like you probably know somebody that at some one way or another that's gone to that school just because it's a big in-state school. So receiving an offer from them, just how crazy was that?
It was mind blowing. I couldn't really believe it. It was crazy. I shut my phone off too. I went to sleep and I woke up to all my Twitter going crazy, Instagram going crazy. So it was mind blowing.
Yeah. And something I just thought of about team breakdown. I know you guys have like, I guess a Finsta or whatever of like, like you, Colby, like the twins, everything. You guys like a little squad. So kind of talk about like just the chemistry all you guys have on that team.
Those are my guys. We got a lot of chemistry. I say it's just every tournament, every time we go to practice or anything, we just build chemistry. Whether it's just walking to a store or anything. We always around each other. So I think we continue to gel and continue to play well together.
I feel like in a friend group, there's always like, this guy's like the cool guy, and this guy's, like the athlete. Well, all you guys are athletes, but like everyone kind of has their own role. Just like having your role in a team, like you have your own role in a friend group. What would you say is like your kind of role and personality like within that group?
I'd definitely say I'm the cool one. I'm the smooth one. Kobe's probably the hyper one. Matt's like the known one. I wouldn't say he's as cool as me, but
Yeah,
he's definitely the known one. And Ryan, he's like the wild one.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then one's kind of like the one that I guess all the girls and everything. There's always that person too. Would that
Yeah.
would that be you as well? Because you're the cool one.
I'll get that one to Matt. I'll get that one. I can't even lie. Matt get the girls.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know him personally, but I guess being the known one, that's kind of what happens. But I was gonna ask, like, I don't know if you could share this, but I heard like when you get offers, that's what people say, like the girls will always be there. Like, is that really something that happens? Like when you pick up like all of a sudden these random like like these like people that just graduated the school like hitting you up? Like, is that really you don't need to be too specific, but like, is that really the case? That what happens to players when they pick up like those offers?
Yeah, that's definitely the case. They just come out of nowhere from everywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, is it at all like kind of weird seeing that? Like they literally had no clue who you were, and all of a sudden, like, bam, like all of a sudden, like tons of them. Like that is that all like kind of weird?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of irritating, but then again, attention is attention. So
Yeah, definitely. And this year, I don't know when UAA is. Do you know when that is? Oh, looks like he just froze. So let's see. I'm gonna DM him the refresh, guys. We will see what happens in a second. But yeah, so far in our pretty interesting interview. Yeah, looks like he's refreshing. Yeah, he knows the drill. Yeah, I'm just glad to be back, really interviewing people. It's been a little break, only because I have like school and everything. So yeah, I have an interview today. I do have one tomorrow, and then I think I have one Saturday and so yeah, we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of interviews. So should be a busy week. Hopefully we get no cancellations. But yeah, it looks like he's back right now. So we'll add him back in here. All right, everything good?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Do you know when does like the UAA like session start?
I think the first one is in the week after this, so we're preparing
Okay.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you guys like taking, I guess, the week off of tournaments, or do you also have something you're playing in before then?
We just have practice this weekend, getting ready for the session, and then we're gonna go over there. So I think it's in Tennessee.
Yeah. What are those like practices like with team breakdown?
So it's high intensity. It's a lot of trash talk, a lot of above the run play, and it's a lot of fast paced play.
What can you maybe kind of take us through, I guess, the practice rundown, what happens from the beginning to the end?
We start our practice, of course, stretching full court, and then we partner stretch. But then we work on ball handling and shooting, and then we go over plays. And I think for the last hour or two, we scrimmage. It's a hard scrimmage.
Yeah. So in those scrimmages, kind of competing against those guys where in high school, that's something where you're obviously not doing in your practices. Just how much bigger, like how much you have to adjust from going from your usual high school practice to now practicing with team breakdown, which is probably one of the top. I think they are like at least top 25 AU team in the nation this year.
It's a big adjustment because normally I'm one of the bigger guys, and finishing around and run would be easier. But with guys like Matt and Ryan in practice, you got to adjust your shots differently and stuff like that. So it's definitely a big adjustment.
And something I also want to know too is that you guys, even though you're in the class of 2023, you're not playing 16U. You guys are playing 17U. So what has that been like playing on that 17U level when really you're supposed to be 16U?
It's really I say it was fun, but our coach Kenny Gillian, he talks about all the time, if you're one of the best players in the nation, you should be able to show it wherever you are. So I feel like we're showing it.
Yeah. Has there been any team that you have faced that you've been like a little challenging?
I'll say I only lost to Team New World. It was definitely challenging, but I feel like we played again, we'll get them.
Yeah. Is there? I think there are 3 SSB team. I'm pretty sure, like Adidas. So I don't think you guys would, unless you're taking in the same tournament. I don't think you guys would play them. But is there a team that I guess maybe in UAA or something like that you are looking forward to playing against?
Either Team Thrill or B Mace.
Yeah, I know B Mays. That's definitely. I'm trying to think on a 2023 team. Oh yeah, it's like things like Blue Cane and like this other kid I know. I don't know if they have like that guy just Justine Felton on their 2023 team or not. I mean, I think he's 2024, but yeah, I know that organization is definitely pretty good. But I know, so this is your first year like playing with team breakdown and everything. So in those first tournaments, obviously it kind of did go well, but I mean, playing in those tournaments that team breakdowns in, like that's a high level of AAU basketball. You're not seeing everyday teams competing in those. So Was that something you kind of had to adjust to, or was it a little more easier since you maybe practiced before to get used to those high level tournaments?
I think it got easier as I went on, but just just showing up at the tournament, seeing all the competition, it was a little intimidating at first, but going on, it got easier.
Yeah. So what was kind of like that first game? Like, I mean, I want to know like, what were you scared for? Because we see like we think all these players like people like you like they kind of got no worries, no fears. Like they just kind of it's like everything kind of comes easy to them. Like, what were some of the things you were, I guess, a little bit intimidated for when you were going to those big time tournaments?
Um, well, our first game in the big time tournament was Team Curry, and they're a really big team. So, I was looking at the size of those guys, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish and stuff like that. But it, I would say it wasn't as hard as I was. I think I was overthinking it a little bit. It got easy as I played on.
Yeah. And that I want to know, like, I mean, you're 7 shooting guards, so I feel like you're probably a little bigger than most people. Like, were those Team Curry guys just like 7 footers or what?
I think they had 3 7-footers, and the dude that was guarding me, he was about my size, but um, yeah, they were a pretty big team.
Yeah, wait. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, you're a shooting guard, not a point guard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they say
Look,
combo guard, but I say shooting
yeah,
guard.
yeah. Luckily, I didn't even realize. I was looking at the thing, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm pretty sure it's a shooting guard, but yeah, I could change it to a little combo guard, real quick. But like being a 6'7" combo guard, like I feel like that's something a little, like maybe a little bit unicornish, something you don't really see every day. Like that's pretty big. Just describe to me the way you are as a player and kind of how you're able to move like a guard and everything.
Well, like I had a lot of growth spurts, so I wasn't always bigger than everybody. So I used to play the point in middle school and a little bit of ninth grade. So it was always natural, just handling the ball and having a feel for the ball. So I would say, as I got taller, it just stuck with me.
What were those like kind of growth spurts like? Because I feel like for me, honestly, like I never had any painful growth spurt. I don't think, and hopefully I don't really grow any. I don't want to get too much taller. Like hopefully I don't go through any more. But like I would hear from these players like, oh, it's so painful. Like this stuff is crazy. What were those growth spurts like, and when did they happen?
They were definitely painful. In seventh grade, I had Osgood Shalatter in my knees for like a year. So I think I don't have my knees get painful every now and then, and I think I'm still growing. Well, I know I'm still growing, but it's not as painful as it was in middle school.
Yeah. Is there a height like you're trying to reach, or do you just want to kind of just get as tall as possible?
Yeah, whatever God got for me, that's all I want to get.
Yeah. So if you happen to, I mean, I don't think you will, but if you happen to become a 7 footer, is that something you're open to?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you become 7 feet and still like a point guard, then you're gonna be like probably the number one player in your class. Because I know it's usually what Chet is, so that would be insane for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. And man, bro, I just had the brain. All right. I usually have a brain fart occasionally, but want to know what's like your best guard attribute you would say.
I would say shooting off the dribble, cause like you said, I'm a bigger guy, so it's pretty hard to block my jumper.
Yeah, definitely. Is there at all like this question is overused, but I kind of have like an idea. I'm curious what you're gonna say. Is there at all a player that you kind of compare yourself to in the NBA or in college?
Everybody says Tracy McGrady, but I watch a lot of Devin Booker film and a little bit of Kyrie. So
Yeah,
I
well, that would be so. If so, is that like? Do you all think you want to play like Kyrie or like Devin Booker? Like that? I mean, that at your size, that's just like that's just like nasty, bro.
yeah, I wouldn't say Kyrie. I try to steal a couple of his moves, but I lean more towards Devin Booker.
Yeah, I just don't know how like. I mean, he's a little like crazy, I guess. But, like I just don't know how he does. Like, there's all those rumors like, oh, he's gonna quit and everything, and like all that stuff. But he's just like, I don't know if it's just a gift. Like the things he does, like that's something you got to work on like every single day, like all day. Like I don't know. You think he's just like gifted like that or what?
I think he works out a lot, but it might be just a gift.
Yeah, I mean, like it has to be because like, they were saying like, he's gonna quit and like you can't be that kind of like he's obviously not like this like psychopath, but you can't be this that crazy and be that like it has to be somewhat of a gift. Like the things he does like is just so impressive.
Yeah, he's different. Some of the stuff he does is just mind blowing.
Yeah, is he your favorite player or who's like your favorite player in the league right now?
It's either KD or Devin Booker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna go with LeBron, but I would say besides him, like who like always impresses me. Stephen Curry, bro. Holy crap! Like, bro, I don't like. I'm a very like I kind of want to be a coach when I grow up. Like, I think I have a very conservative mindset, but like you cannot watch him and not be like the. I mean, he just like he's so good. Like, just it's so easy. I'll be watching. I'm like, there's just no way like this guy is real. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and it's so effortless with him. Like it's literally like the flick of a wrist.
Yeah, it's crazy because they make it seem so easy, and like even you guys too, you just just shoot like it's nothing. But for me, bro, if I shoot a three, like there's a small chance that thing's going in. Like high chance it's gonna be air ball, small chance it's going in. But yeah, it's just so crazy how people could just shoot the three like that.
Yeah, I think over time, like you just get used to it.
Yeah, I mean for me, like again, because I am kind of a conservative guy, so I basically like if we did 1-on-1, like knowing kind of how good you are, the first thing I would do, I would just back up and I let everyone shoot. That's what I do. Like I test them out first, see how they are, and then they miss, then I'll keep letting them shoot. But if they make it, then I gotta kind of consider a little bit. But that's what I do every single time in a 1-on-1.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah. I thought it was like special doing that. So that's what. So you would do that as well.
Yeah, you gotta test out the jumper, see if it's iffy or not.
Man, bro, I feel like I thought I was like super like high IQ for bro. Who would you say is better, Stephen Curry or Kyrie?
I'll have to go with Kyrie, but when it comes to shooting, definitely Steph. But
yeah. The thing is though, like he has had like I remember kind of like I would say when he was in that big break year. One of the things that was like, okay, he's legit was when he broke Chris Paul's ankles. I don't know if you remember that. He was at like the side of the basket, whatever. Like that in my opinion was kind of like, all right, he's valid.
Yeah, that was a meme. It went viral too, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really like too into social media back then, so I had no idea it was a meme. I just remember like seeing that, and I was like, oh, like holy crap.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think he was that good back then. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it was more because like he was literally this up and coming guy. Like no one went to Davidson. Like he's just nobody. And all of a sudden he's exploding this year, and then he breaks Chris Paul's ankles, who at the time, well, still people have a lot of respect for him, but at the time that was more of like his prime and everything. So that was like it's like like if a rookie broke on LeBron James, like it's kind of equivalent to that. Like yeah. It was crazy for sure, but let's kind of go into that recruiting process a little bit now. What kind of school is it, if you know, if I've been contacting you recently?
I think my coach talked to Tennessee and Memphis.
Yeah, and you're kind of far away, but has Miami showed you any love or no?
Oh yeah. I'll talk to Miami a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't really care if they recruit you because you're more out of the area, but I'd rather them recruit kind of the home guys, but they obviously don't really support that for whatever reason why. But I know I think the date might be June 15th or whatever for you guys as well when the coaches could contact you directly. But I'm assuming that date's kind of coming up soon. Is that something you're looking forward to, or do you kind of like having a coach just kind of handle all the phone calls for you?
I look forward to talking to coaches, but sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking. So uh, I'm
Yeah.
I'm a little on the fence with it.
Yeah, like it's not like you don't want to talk to the coaches, but it's more like it's probably a little annoying having your phone just be flooded with messages all day. Even though like they are understanding you're getting flooded with messages, but still that's kind of the case. So I wanted to see like for a guy like you where you are going to be probably very highly recruited. If you'd rather just have someone handle the whole thing and you just kind of sit there like, oh, you got a phone call this time with this school, like all right, let's do it. Instead of having you have to you do everything might be a little annoying, I assume, for a high major guy.
Um, yeah, I don't. It's really like honestly like I'm still learning because I was I grew up at nowhere, so I'm just learning as the time goes on.
Yeah, you think you could refresh your page real quick because the audio is kind of like it makes you sound like a robot almost.
Um,
Yeah, all right. I think he's gonna refresh his page. Uh, seems like he is. So yeah, yeah. You think you could refresh it? All right, yeah, all right. So now he's gonna refresh it. Yeah, I guess in our other intermission right now, gotta give a plug um to the Instagram. I mean, I used to do this a lot, but not anymore. Just make sure you guys give me a follow on Instagram at ihoopsfl. So I post all the highlights, all the best clips from any of these interviews that I've done. Recently, just posted one with Scotty Barnes that I did at the Night Rise Invitational. That was a big deal. So yeah, again, you guys got to follow the IG. If you're watching this thing on YouTube, I mean, I don't know why you're not following me on IG because my IG is a lot better than YouTube. So definitely give me a follow on there. But looks like he's back. So he just disappeared. So yeah, we'll just wait a little bit longer, make sure everything's okay, and yeah, then we'll add him in. Yeah, let's see. I hope he should be okay, but yeah, we'll see. I'm going to. Oh wait, he's typing right now. Let's see. Oh yeah, it just said it's breaking up for him. So yeah, we'll kind of wait for him to get this thing all figured out, and then we'll just continue the interview. Not too much left. We kind of really got a lot out of the interview. I could literally end it right now, and it'll still be equivalent to a good interview. But still, we're gonna keep trying to get as much out of it as possible. He's a really great player. I think he's either a 4 or 5 star right now, so that's obviously a pretty big deal. So yeah, let's wait for him to get in, and we'll continue on with the interview. Oh, it said he lost. He told me he lost connection, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, we might have to wait here a while. So while we do that, I am going to unshare the screen and I'll be a little fancy. I'm going to try. See, I'm gonna try to put up a mixtape of him. If he oh yeah, he does have one. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna make an attempt to be creative here. Let's see. Um. All right. Hopefully you guys see that. There you go. All right, guys. So I'm back. Sorry to inform you guys. Looks like he lost his internet connection and everything. So we may continue the interview another time, but if not, we still did talk about a lot. We got into the recruitment process a little bit, debated some NBA topics. You guys got to learn about him and team breakdown and everything. There were just maybe a few more questions I wanted to ask, but other than that, we really did get a lot out of this interview. So again, it's been a pleasure to interview him and any of the players. Just make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram. His is at no with two O's, so like new, and then limit Kris, like the way it's spelled in his name. So NOOLIMITKRIS. And my Instagram's at iHoopsFL. Anyways, guys, appreciate you for tuning in. Whoever watched, shout out to you. It really means a lot, all your support and everything. But yeah, I guess that's the end of the interview. Hoping to see you guguys tomorrow. Supposed to do an interview with Sean Combs. He currently plays for Each One Teach One. I think he has at least one offer I know from FIU. I think he might be a funny guy, so might get some jokes thrown in there. We'll have to see. So yeah, we'll see you guys soon. And again, thanks so much for all of your constant support. Yeah, have a great rest of your night, guys. See ya.